Hello guys, how are you today? Today we're going to talk about the structure of the nerve cell and the types of nerve cells. Before we start our lesson today, I want you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more videos. And if you have any comments, please write them down. And I would like to hear from you. So let's start now our lesson. Before we know the structure of the nerve cell, let's have a look at the nervous system. Let's have a look at the nervous system. Can you see the brain, the spinal cord? This is the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. So the nervous system is divided into central nervous system, which is the brain and the spinal cord, the peripheral nervous system, which is the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves, the autonomic nervous system, which are the nerves that control the involuntary muscles and glands. This system is subdivided into sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, today we're not going to talk about these today, but we are going to have a look at the nerve cell. The unit structure of the nervous system is the nerve cell. So our lesson today is the structure of the nerve cell and the types of nerve cells. Can you see this is the structure of the nerve cell? You can see here nucleus, dendrites, cell body, axon, myelin sheath, nodes of Ranvier, direction of impulse. Can you see the direction of impulse is going there? And the dendrites. Let's look and talk about each one in details. This is the nerve cell. It consists of a cell body and cell processes. Can you see the cell body? This is the cell body there. Okay, here, this is the cell body, nucleus, dendrites, axon, Schwann cells, myelin sheath, and then you have nodes of Ranvier in between, and axon terminal. These are the terminals. The end, terminal means the end. Let's start with the cell body. The cell body of the nerve contains rounded nucleus, cytoplasm, which is known as neuroplasm, which contains cell organelles as mitochondria and Golgi bodies. But they don't have except centrosome or centrioles. So the neurons, they cannot divide. We have also the minute filaments called neurofilaments. Also there are minute granules called nasal granules. This is the cell body. A very nice picture of the cell body. Here the nasal granules. Okay, let's look at the next. Here we're going to talk about the cell processes. There are two types, the dendrites and the axon. The dendrites are short processes which increase the surface area to receive the nerve impulses, through which all the nerve impulses enter the cell. The axon is a long cytoplasmic extension of the cell and is known as the nerve fiber. In some cells, the axon is surrounded by two sheaths, the myelin sheath and the neurolemma. The function of the axon is to transmit information to different neurons, muscles, and glands. Let's go. Now, the axon consists of the myelin sheath, which is a lipid substance that's present in some nerve cells and secreted by Schwann cells. It's not continuous around the axon, but it's interrupted at certain points by a number of nodes called nodes of Ranvier. So nodes of Ranvier are interruptions at certain points of myelin sheath on the axon, having no myelin sheath. The second thing is the neurolemma, which is the nerve membrane. It's a thin layer that covers the myelin sheath from the outside. It ends with a group of branches called terminal arborizations. The function of the axon is to transfer the nerve impulses from the body of the nerve cell to the synapse. It was found that myelinated axons Myelinated axons means that the axons that are having covered with myelin sheath transfer these nerve impulses much more rapidly than non-myelinated sheath. Those who don't have myelin, okay? As the myelin sheath is considered as an insulator material, making the nerve impulse to move through it in one direction only, from the dendrites to the nerve cell body to the axon, then to another nerve cell through the synapse. Okay? There are three types of nerve cells: the sensory nerves, motor nerves, and the intermediate neuron. The sensory nerve, they transmit nerve impulses from the receptor organ to the central nervous system. Motor nerve transmit nerve impulses from the central nervous system to organs such as muscles and glands. Intermediate neuron, it's the neuron, okay, or the neuron means the nerve. The neuron, intermediate neuron, it's the relay, the nerve from the sensory and the motor neurons. It's the place where they meet when the neuron and the neuron of a sensory and the motor, they meet at a link called intermediate neuron. Okay, here can you see now? This is the picture. It's here is the sensory neuron, and here are the dendrites, and this is the direction of the impulse passing through this nerve. Okay, this is the cell body, and this is the axon where the impulses passes through the axon, and then it goes through to the dendrites of one. This is one nerve, and this is where they meet, and this is another nerve. Here the two dendrites meet here, and this nerve here is called relay neuron. Okay, and the nerve impulses passes here to the next one, to the next neuron, okay, through the dendrite, the axon, and then to the dendrites of another neuron, and then the last neuron here is called the motor neuron, which reaches the muscles or other organs, okay, or the glands. Okay, now do you understand? There are three types of neurons. Do you know now the types of neurons? So we have the sensory neuron, the relay neuron, and the motor neuron. And here, this part here is called a synapse, where when the two nerves meet. This part here is called the synapse, okay? When these two parts meet, the dendrites meet from one nerve to the other, this is called a synapse, okay? This is the last thing we're going to talk about today. This is called neuralgia. It's another type of cell in the nervous system or the nervous tissue, which has the ability to divide. So it divides. This one divides. And we said before that nerve cells, they don't divide because they don't have centrosomes, okay? The main function of neuralgia is, so the main function of this nerve cell is to support the neurons. Where they act as a connective tissue, acts as an insulator between the neuron, nourishes or nourishes means full of nutrients, nourishes the neurons and have a role in repairing. Okay, this is the shape of neuralgia. Finally, I want you to have a look at this picture. This is the synapse. Can you see? I told you before that this is one nerve, and this is another nerve, and these are the dendrites where they meet. So this is called synaptic neuron. This is postsynaptic synaptic neuron. Okay. So this is when these two meet. I hope that you have understood the lesson today, and if you have any questions, please write them down in the comment. I would like to hear from you soon. Thank you very much, and bye for now.